This video is sponsored by Revv. Hi there, Perfecto the Castro here and welcome to my channel. I hope you're having a great day. A few videos back, I showed you guys the Revv JL25, the Joey Landreth edition of their Dynamis 25 combo. And since then, Revv has released version 2 of their ever so popular G series pedals. So I figured it would be fun to transform that clean bluesy pedal platform combo into a fire-breathing high-gain monster using the Revv G4 version 2. Here we go. The G-Series pedals are some of Revv's most popular products. And for their anniversary, these pedals were updated with brand new voicings and components. I already have videos on the anniversary G2, G3, and G4 where I tweaked some knobs and pulled out some different tones from these updated versions. And for all intents and purposes, V2 of the G-Series pedals have the same circuit and tones of the anniversary edition. And the main point of the version 2 series is to keep the color combinations. Fans of the brand have gotten used to referring to these as the green, purple, or red Revv pedals. Now looks-wise, the main difference from version 1 is the shiny metallic finish and the classy raised Revv logo. So moving forward until the next update, this will be the look of the Revv G series pedals. Now to check out all the tones I pulled out of the G4 V2 circuit, I will link to my anniversary edition G4 video in the end screen of this one. So watch this video all the way through, then watch that next. Also, big thanks to Revv for sponsoring this video and for being such a great friend and supporter of my work on this channel. I will have affiliate links to the G4, to the JL25, and all sorts of other Revv fun stuff in the video description. So if I've convinced you to get your very own G4 V2, please use these links to go gear shopping and help us keep making these videos for everybody to enjoy. Thank you. Okay, jam time. Here's a track I wrote and recorded using the G4 V2 to make Joey heavy. Enjoy. Okay, so here's how I have the JL25 set up. It's mic'd with a single Sennheiser E906. I have it positioned slightly off center of the speaker cone. That way we have a little more low-end information. It just helps getting a bigger thump out of a single 1x12 combo enclosure. And since we're miking the amp, I have the speaker load disengaged, though I still have an XLR plugged into the torpedo output of the amp. I also have it set to 5-watt mode. It's already plenty loud here in the room, so I don't need 25 watts. Now I also have this switch set to pre. That way I have the JL25 preamp going into the Two Notes virtual 6L6 power amp and cabs. Now for the rhythm tracks, I had the gain boost down. That way we have as clean a pedal platform as we can get. But for the lead tracks, I turned the gain boost on. That way we also have a bump in mids and presence. And here are the amp controls, pretty much all the way up to noon, including the master volume, since we are in 5-watt mode. Even with the knob set at noon, I already get a pretty nice baseline clean tone out of this amp. And this also lets me keep all the drive sound tone shaping on the G4 V2 itself. I didn't use the onboard reverb. For tracking guitars, I prefer to add reverb during mixdown. Now, the only thing past 12 is the gain knob. That way, I take advantage of the JL25's natural amp compression, and with the gain boost up, it also helps with the added bite. By the way, I used my Shabbat Guitars Lion FR, custom made for me by Avi, and this is currently one of my #1 guitars amongst my other #1 guitars. Now, the easiest way to get a heavy sound out of the JL25 is to use the onboard Two Notes technology. So basically, you're using the JL25 preamp and running it into the Two Notes virtual 6L6 power amp and cabinets. Here's a screenshot of my Two Notes settings. Feel free to copy it. So here's the clean tone. And then engage G4. Yeah, so immediately it doesn't sound like a combo amp. You have that virtual 4x12 thump. And then switching the G4 V2 into the blue channel and bumping up the gain just a little bit. I still have my knobs at noon. Okay, so let's tweak this just a little bit to get it more mix friendly. And then getting a lead tone is as easy as switching the mode switch to red. So red on red. Maybe up the mid a little bit for more cut. Now, I did mention earlier that I used the JL25's gain boost for the lead tones. So I switched that on, and there's a couple of things that you need to do to make that work better. So right now, I still have the G4 V2 set to my previous settings without the gain boost. So as you've noticed, the low end is a lot looser and almost difficult to control. It has that woolly character. Now, since we have the gain boost on, basically it's like turning on an overdrive pedal. And now we're running a distortion pedal into an overdrive. So the way to counter that is to lower the level of the G4. So turn it down and then bring it back up just to the point of that woolly bass. Too much? So now we have that nice cutting character of the JL25 gain boost along with the G4's saturation. And you don't have to worry, it does not dip your level. Okay, so that was the easy way to go heavy. Now let's check out the more difficult way. So with the JL25's onboard creamback speaker, we have to change our settings on the G4 V2. Now on its own, the JL25 already has a nice, bright, and present tone, which is too bright and too bitey with our settings for the Two Notes rig. So here it is clean. Okay, we gotta fix that. Okay, so the way to do that is turn down your treble to around 10 o'clock. And then for the rhythm tone, I also tuck the mids a little bit, pretty much the same setting as the treble. And to get that low end thump, I raise the bass to around 3 o'clock or so. Now I am still in the blue mode. That way things are lean in the sub bass, but I still have that nice thick thumpy tone from the bass control. Again, I didn't turn up the reverb. It's dry as a bone, and I just added some reverb or some ambience in the final mix. So now I can go from this clean to this heavy. Okay, so for the lead tone with the gain boost on, this is how that sounds. Yeah, so we have that really broken up low end that is not really inspiring to play. Okay, so I'm gonna tweak, lower the bass. I'm gonna turn up the mid. And then I'm gonna put it to red mode, right? And then lower the level. Same trick as we did earlier. There you go. Another tip that I could give you is to listen to the amp noise. So with your guitar's volume down, this is where we had our level knob at. You can hear a lot of hiss, right? So just turn that down to where it's acceptable. There. And again, you don't really get a dip in the volume when you turn the pedal off. Now that woolly and out of control tone comes from pushing the input of an already crunchy amp even further. So what happens when you do that is instead of getting a more distorted sound, the crunchy amp is trying to clean up your tone to rein in the, the extra input signal that's coming in. So the way to counter that is to lower the level of the distorted signal that you're sending into the crunchy amp. That way, both types of distortion, don't fight each other for dominance. So yeah, there you go. Have fun. Okay, there you have it. That's how I make Joey heavy using the Revv G4 version 2. Let me know what you think in the comments section. Was I successful? And feel free to share your tips and tricks as well. Again, big thanks to Revv for sponsoring this video and for giving me free reign in presenting the Revv G4 V2 to all you guys. As always, affiliate links to everything I use in this video are in the video description. So please use these links to go gear shopping and yeah, thank you for your extra support. Okay, so here's my G4 Anniversary Edition video if you want to check that out. And here's another video that YouTube thinks you're gonna like. So click to watch, then go grab your guitar and play something. You all know the drill. Practice makes perfecto. Cheers, guys.